I've been in the House of Lords for 3.5 years now, and I think most people's perception is that it'd be much harder for me to make the transition than a lot of people from business, but actually from sport. And actually that's just sort of transferred really well. You know, as a crossbencher, we don't have any support behind us, we don't have any staff. It's really funny when we get emails saying, could you please get a member of your staff to help you out? You know, part of it with the Lords is you're there as an individual. It's also the resilience in terms of, you know, sport was great, but nobody lived or died. Although I probably died in a few races, but that's another story. But, you know, now the stuff we're doing, it affects lots and lots of people. So, you know, when you lose a vote, or actually even sometimes when you win a vote and you know it's going to be overturned when it goes back to the Commons and you're going to lose anyway, it's that kind of resilience to keep going and not be afraid to keep trying. But I think the one thing I've learned is never be afraid to say what you think and never be afraid to take something to a vote. You know, I was always hugely ambitious. Actually, in my sporting career, I never felt I'd done enough. That's the thing that kept me going on and on and on, because I always just wanted to do more. Some of the things that lots of other people thought were really important, actually the athletes are saying, you know, none of that matters. That you're doing it for the athletes, and if the athletes are kind of mostly happy and compete well, everything else takes care of itself. I had about 8.5 years of people stopping me in the street saying the game's going to be rubbish, and it's like, and we'll never build it, and the games makers will never turn up, and the weather will be rubbish. And I mean, I think it showed, you know, we can build stuff, we can make things happen. You know, that I think that's been great for everybody. It have inspired lots and lots of people to do things different. Do you know, actually, in the House of Lords, it's probably the most equitable place I've ever been. I mean, we've got about 1/3 of the membership is women. But actually, in terms of encouraging people, they want to beat you when you've been the best you can. So actually, I had a government peer last year who's a lawyer, who reworded an amendment for me to make it better and then voted against me. Now that wouldn't happen in the outside world. And so actually that's very empowering and kind of actually has given me a whole new sort of enthusiasm for trying to change stuff outside. I just now find it funny when you hear people say, oh, there's not enough good women in business, or there's not enough, you get a lot, there's not enough good women in sports. Actually, there's loads of good women, they just need to, you know, learn different skills.